Hi there! Welcome to spring. Dreary, cold, still snowing if you're in Michigan spring. But that being said, at least we've got something new to do with our faces in spring this year, finally. So if you, like me, and like most of the people here today hanging out, are in your 30s, 40s, you remember these things the first time around. And honestly, I'm so happy that we get to travel back to what they're now calling Y2K to actually wear some color again. So in front of me, I made this look. This is not my normal look, and clearly it's glowy, it's less done, and it's more colorful. So we're going to talk about some of the biggest things that people are doing on the runways and in real life, just to kind of shake things up, because we've been seeing color, we've been seeing shine, and now it's on in full force. So anyway, the first thing we have to wrap our heads around is we are done being full matte. As much as some of us love it, try it. Like, I am a full matte girl. I am. I love it. I have a problem not being full matte, but even I tried this and it's okay. It's okay. We can make this work. Okay. We can have fun. We can do a little bit of dewy for now. But anyway, let me show you some things that we either got recently in subscription boxes or that are super cheap to find in real life that we can use to recreate a look like this or similar to this. So the first one is, I have just shown you this already a video or two ago, but I used this primer. This is a very, 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 very cheap primer. It's $3, I think it was $3 or $4 from Aldi. So this is a dupe for the Smashbox primer, which is like $30 or $40, but it works all right. It works pretty well. Now the first time I tried this, I think it was like I needed to shake it up or something, because the first time was not the greatest, not the best, but since then I've continued to use it and it has gotten better. So this one, it's $3 or $4. The brand is Lacura. If you can't find this one, you can either use the original if that's what you've got or what you want to do, or you can, I think NYX has a dupe that works really well also for the Smashbox. This isn't a foundation. This is a primer. Did I call this a foundation? I'm losing my mind. Anyway, so I used this morning. It is the same primer that we've been using, you know, for a while now, probably most of us, so that's not really changed. Everything else has though. So this, I'm not wearing foundation. So we're going to take away foundation. We're subtracting from the equation. I am, however, wearing something that I cannot believe I have not tried before now, because this was a sensation for a while. This is Maybelline. Okay, so Maybelline's pretty affordable. Instant Age Rewind Multi-Use Concealer Eraser. You know, my mom gave me this and I was like, okay, I'll save it for a rainy day. It's a rainy day. I cannot believe the miracle this has worked on my skin. And in my under eye area, where I am notorious for having problems, it just worked. You've got to try this. I don't know how expensive it is, but it's Maybelline. You've got to try this. So I used just this and I did not use foundation, and that's what we're kind of working with here. I like this a lot and I think I'm going to keep using it. So that's that. The next thing that is a little bit different, there is no contour. We're not doing the whole like highlight contour palette thing here. There is some highlight and there is some contour, but we're not doing the whole contour. I'm not at least doing the contour, the nose contour, you know, here and everywhere. This is very new for me. I love my contour. And then highlight, you know, with a like medical grade, basically, highlighter, right, to completely sculpt yourself. We're not doing that. Apparently the new thing is like a sculpting blush like they did in the 80s. So hear me out. I think that's why Eyescream sent us this. I think that's it, because I use this kind of to play. I placed it where I would put both, where my blush and my contour would meet, and it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute when you actually know what you're doing with it. So this is Hikari brand. The color is Tahiti. It's supposed to be a matte bronzer. It's not matte though, it's shiny. So like, what's kind of matte? You can see I've obviously used this today, but kind of shiny, kind of matte. It is a blushing bronzer. So this, now that I figured it out, like this actually I love. Like packaging aside, I actually have grown to love this within like the past 12 hours. See, I put this on the way that I think they intended and it looks pretty much amazing. And it kind of updated my look because I was worried about that. I was starting to feel a little dated. Anyway, probably the most obvious thing we've got going on here today. And I did actually, before we get into that, I did put on highlighter. I don't have it in front of me. I did put on just one of those glowy highlighters, you know, in all the usual places. So that is there, that is a thing. But anyway, that we kind of were already doing, so I didn't want to include it in this video, but I would be lying if I didn't mention it. So I did do that, but moving on, the most obvious difference here is the eyes. Do you remember when we were teenagers and it was a good thing to be a millennial? It was promise of the future. Do you remember that? So at the same time that we had a promise in the future, we were also using glittery and frosted and glossy everything in the best of colors. So I have decided, because this is a huge trend again for this spring and summer, which I'm super happy about. People are doing graphic liner, people are doing a wash of color, people are doing like very oddly placed stuff. They're doing gemstones, like rhinestones, excuse me. I decided to use this little guy. It's a Bella Pierre Cosmetics loose powder called Tropic. It is shimmery and glittery and gorgeous, and I just did a little guy here. We're going to do a little at a time. The fact that we're not using black for this is a big step, so I decided to just go with a familiar shape, and then I did use an angle brush to apply this, and I did get the angle brush wet. What you do is you dampen the angle brush, use cool water, it's fine, tap it off a little bit, coat it in this, tap it off but not too much, draw it on. And yeah, you've got to have something on standby to wipe off the little guys that drop, because just like the 90s, you're going to get fallout. Anyway, so the last thing that I did for this look, which is again very different from my usual, is I just used a lip gloss. There, you can call them whatever they want, they're lip glosses. If you're shopping for one of these things, you're going to want to look for a lip oil, probably. But this is a, whatever it's called. This is the Lip Quip from Item Beauty. They call it Lip Quip. And the color is Come Through, and this is the one a few months ago I couldn't figure out what it smelled like. It smells like peaches, and it's a beautiful coral color for spring. And also, the coral color does go very well with this fancy blue. I feel beachy. So anyway, these are the things that I used today, and I do like this. I am going to start doing this, I think, more on a daily basis. I'm sick of not wearing makeup on a daily basis, so we're going to start doing this, and maybe I'll play around a little bit. But overall, I really like this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we're doing this, and I'm so happy it happened like before I hit menopause. Like, thank God. So let me know what you thought of this. Have you tried any of these things? Did you like them? Did you hate them? Do you like this trend? Do you hate this trend? Are you gonna try it? Because I'm gonna keep trying it. Let me know what spring trend you want to try next, or that you want me to try, and maybe we'll talk about it. But in any case, I will see you later. Have a wonderful spring.